Welcome back to The Price of Business. I am your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business on this Thursday morning. Glad to be able to spend some time with you talking about what's happening out there on the business front. As you know, I've been doing kind of an ongoing series about the challenges that business owners have trying to reach CEOs. And in spite of the fact that we have more tools to do so now than in any time in our history, somehow it seems harder to do it just because of all the distractions out there. In fact, those very tools are among the reasons why it's so hard to communicate with people, because they're too busy being on their LinkedIn, getting messages out rather than figuring out how to communicate with you, and it's an ongoing saga. And so I like to talk to business owners who are trying to navigate through this. Chris McKnight, he's a vice president of a company called Gray TV Advertising, and wanted to get his perspective on this. Welcome to the program, Chris.
Thanks, Kevin, for having me.
Glad to have you. Real quickly, kind of give us an overview of what you do for that company and a little bit about the company itself.
The company itself, Gray TV Advertising, is a full-service advertising agency. So that means we do creative services. We make TV commercials, radio commercials, and then we go out and purchase the media and put them on TV or on the radio station for our clients. And what I do there is I sell to senior level executives, often CEOs, convincing them that our services are best for them when it comes to their marketing plans for the year. What's
your website?
Our website is www.graytv.com, and it's GREYTV.com.
Got it. And talk a little bit, what exactly do you do? You're VP for?
So I'm the vice president of customer service, and so that means I work with new customers. I try to win new business as well as work with existing accounts.
Kind of a business development guy.
Exactly.
All right. Tell us a little bit about what your challenges are in this in this current business environment and what you're doing to overcome those.
Well, I have to say that things seem like they're turning around a little bit. We're getting a lot more inbound interest in our company, so that's always a good sign. But when I'm out there reaching out to senior level people, CEOs, chief marketing officers, the C-suite, if you will, it really is a challenge to get directly to those people because, of course, they have an army of people below them that sort of filter in, the calls and sort of the interest in doing business in the company. And so what I found that has been really helpful is actually connecting through things like LinkedIn, where you actually create a profile that they can see that you're sort of a reputable person, someone that they would want to talk to, someone that might be someone that they can have a valuable conversation with, and then also contacting them directly, and then offering them to meet in person to share 3 valuable things, which I can sort of describe to you that are valuable to CEOs.
Okay. Very cool. And so you're using a lot of social media to try to make these contacts. Kind of explain how do you deploy that?
Well, I think the number one thing is, and I think social media is just an avenue of doing this. I don't think anything has changed about what I'm trying to do over the past 50 or even 100 years. But the number one thing that CEOs need to see when they decide whether or not they're going to speak to you is whether you're a credible person, right? What's your background? Does it match with what their business does? Do they feel like you've been in the same places or even been in some of their competitors and seen real-time information that you can bring to the table and inform them about? CEOs love to be educated, and you need to be someone that they view as an educational source.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that. And you need to bring instant value, I guess, to a relationship if you want a relationship to start.
Right.
So kind of give me a couple examples of how you've deployed such.
Well, to give a CEO instant value, I mean, the number one thing that a CEO cannot do that you as a high-powered salesperson can do is go into all their competitors and talk to them and understand how they're using either technology or service, in my case, marketing and advertising, how they're deploying it and what their market strategy is. You know that at a level of detail that only their internal employees know. And not that you want to go around whispering secrets from company to company, but it gives you the context to have a better conversation with the particular CEO that you're trying to talk to. And they're going to be very interested in that. As soon as you can convey that in an email or a phone call, that you're a willing partner in that, they'll take your meeting.
Mm-hmm. Tell us how things are going for your company in 2013.
Well, they often say that advertising is a leading indicator of what's going to happen in the economy, and I would say that this summer, the second and third quarter has been extremely brisk for us. Lots of interest in getting marketing programs out either for the holiday season or for 2014. So I would say overall, our business, seasonally adjusted, has picked up probably 50 to 60% this year, which we're viewing as a really good sign for next year as well.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Again, talking to Chris McKnight. His company is graytv.com. Gray is spelled with an E, graytv.com. How big is your organization?
Our organization has 18 employees in it, and then, of course, we have a number of creative folks that we use on the creative side on a contract basis.
Mm-hmm. And your specialty is in TV versus other media.
Our breakdown is probably about 60% TV, 30% digital, and then 10% other being radio and print and things like that.
Mm-hmm. And how do you feel about TV? You know, people always wonder about its survivability. We know what's already happened to newspapers and to a lesser extent magazines. What's weird, it seems like magazines keep on coming out with new magazines. I'm not sure why it somehow has been insulated. But, a lot of old media is taking a beating, and some have wondered about the fate of TV. Your thoughts?
Well, I guess, I'll tell you a secret about myself. I haven't had cable TV since I was in college, which is years and years and years ago. So I was an early adopter of the idea that the computer is the TV, right? The idea that my generation and even the kids that are younger than us aren't really going to go and first thing they do when they move into their new apartment is they're not going to go ahead and call the cable company and get a cable subscription. So that does present sort of a generational long-term trend issue for television. Mm-hmm. Now, on the other hand, it is still the most viewed and most used type of media today. So today in America, people still have television and cable more than they ever have. They're choosing to add additional services, broadband and things like that to it. So for our clients, I mean, it's still a very important role in their marketing mix. And more importantly, where, people have digital strategies where they want to target younger people, they still need to get that instant audience from television and then drive people to the web where they can do additional research and become part of their long-term customer lifetime conversations on Facebook and Twitter and everything else.
Chris, appreciate you very much. Chris McKnight, graytv.com, GREYTV.com. I'm going to put you on hold for just a minute. I'm going to ask my producer to get your email so I can chat with you later. I want to learn more about what you're doing. So make sure we keep put you on hold. But thanks for being with us. If you want to remind you the best content here, it shows up over there at usdailyreview.com. While there, like it on Facebook, follow it on Twitter.